Hi everyone, it's Natalie here from Origin Physiotherapy and Wellness. Today I wanted to do a quick video on how to get yourself into a good posture in sitting. I've had a lot of questions about this in the clinic recently, so I thought I'd upload a video on it. So I'll show you how to get into a good posture when you're sitting, but just remember that what makes posture bad is a sustained posture. So posture where you're sitting in or standing in one position for too long, that's what's going to make you sore. So how to get into the right or a good positioning in sitting. So firstly, make sure you've got a good chair. I'm on the couch at the moment, but even on a soft couch you can still optimize your posture. So what I do is I make it systematic to make it simple and easy. So I start from the head and neck and then we move down. So with the head and neck, what we're going to do is start by poking the chin out and then tucking the chin in. Poking the chin out and then tucking the chin in. And what you want to do with that is find the middle between those two movements. So poking your chin out is probably not the best posture to stay in. And also tucking your chin too far in is not great either. So let's find the middle between those two. So poke your chin out, tuck your chin in, and then just relax. So roughly you want your ears to be in line with your shoulders. Some of you, this might look familiar, this poke neck posture. I did go through that in my previous video on the video about driving home during the holidays. So this poke neck posture, when you get really tired, you can sort of just start to slump into that when you're driving or when you're typing on the keyboard or even just sitting in general. So just make sure you're sitting up nice and straight and just tucking that chin in just a little bit, but not enough to completely squeeze all those muscles at the front, otherwise they'll start to get sore. The other thing you can do is think about that you've got a string pulling that's attached to your skull and it's pulling you to the ceiling. So that'll get you in a decent posture as well. It'll stop that slumping happening. So that's the head and the neck. And then we move to the shoulders. So I like to think about the shoulders in 4 planes. So what we'll do is we'll start off by bringing the shoulders up to the ears and then relaxing them right down. Bringing them up to the ears and then relaxing them right down. People who tend to get stressed tend to be like this. So if you are one of those people, just take notes throughout the day. So if you find that your shoulders are like this, remember to just relax them back down. So that's up and down, and we just go, so we go up and then we push down. So you get a little bit of a stretch here and then you just relax. So you don't want a huge stretch and you don't want to be up like this, but you just want your shoulders nice and relaxed. And then the other movement is forward. So when we're getting back into that poke neck posture, so forward, rounding your shoulders, and then squeezing your shoulders back. Rounding your shoulders, squeezing your shoulders back. This is actually a really nice exercise that you can do at work to release a bit of tension through that upper back. So rounding the shoulders and squeezing them back. And then you just want to relax the shoulders so that your shoulder blades are sitting nicely on the back of your rib cage. So they're not really completely squeezed and they're not really far apart where you're going to be in that rounded posture. Again, your ears should be roughly in line with your shoulders. And then the next thing is the ribs. So place your hands around your ribs here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to flare the ribs out. So you can see if we flare them out, we create this really big curve here, and that can make these muscles really sore if you end up sitting like this for too long. And then so flare the ribs out and then tuck the ribs under. So you'll feel your tummy turn on, but your back will flatten out. So again, not a great posture to stay in for too long. So flare the ribs out, tuck the ribs under, and then just find the middle. So that should create a bit of a lumbar curve there. So it's not flat, it's not overly arched, it's just right in the middle there. And then we move to the pelvis. So place your hands around your pelvis. Imagine it's a bucket full of water, and what we're going to do is try and spill the water out the front of the bucket. So the buckets here. We're going to tip the water out the front, so you create a bit of a curve, and then tip the water out the back. So you'll feel your tummy turn on here. Tip the water out the front, tip the water out the back. The other way you can imagine it is imagining that you've got a puppy dog's tail. So we're going to stick our puppy dog's tail out to wag it, and then tuck our puppy dog's tail between our legs. Stick the puppy dog's tail out, tuck the puppy dog's tail between our legs. Then what we want to do is find the middle between those two movements. So whether you're thinking about the bucket full of water or whether you're thinking about the puppy dog's tail, find the middle between those two. If you're thinking about the water, the bucket full of water, what you want to think about is not spilling any water out of that bucket. So remember, tipping the water out the front, tipping the water out the back, and then finding the middle where you're not tipping any water out at all. So now that we've gone through those body parts, what you should find is that, remember, your ears are in line with your shoulders and your lower back has a nice curve, but it's not too arched. Now, and it's also not flat. So how we maintain that is we give it a bit of support. So a pillow you can use, or one of those lumbar rolls, the lumbar support rolls, and we place it behind where that curve is. And if you put your hands under your bottom, you should feel that there's these two hard bones there. Now what I want you to do is try and pull those bones right back into the chair. And now that pillow should sit nice and firm where your lumbar curve is, and you should be sitting on your sitting bones, not on the soft part of your bottom, that fleshy part. So that'll get you into a decent posture. So just to recap, we start from the head and neck. So you poke the chin out, tuck the chin in, find the middle. Shoulders up, down, relax, forward, back, and squeeze, and then relax. And then ribs, flare them out, tuck them under, find the middle. Pelvis, think about your the bucket full of water, or think about the puppy dog's tail. So tip the water out the front, tip the water out the back, find where there's no water spilling, or stick your puppy dog's tail out, tuck your puppy dog's tail between your legs, and then find the middle. Just remember that sustained posture is actually what's not good in terms of posture. So if you're sitting in long periods for too long, probably every 20 to 30 minutes you should get up and move, or stretch your neck out, or do some of these squeezing exercises, or just get up and go to the water cooler and have a drink just to get moving. Any questions, feel free to email us at admin@origin.physio, or visit our website www.origin.physio to either email us or book an appointment online. You can also call us on 6179 5814. Any questions, feel free to also comment below. Okay, cheers guys, bye.